What's up, Gummy? Sorry, brother. I was in the call. I forgot to just call him back. Is it on or is it? Alrighty. First period starting off here. We're gonna have the Pegasus versus the Emerald Bay Watch. Started for this slow start. We're gonna have Gummy. If you want to co-commentate, by the way, it's up to you, brother. I don't not mind.
Sit. Alright, there we go. Go ahead.
Okay, I got you. Is it on now? We're all good to go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Gummy's gonna be co-commentating today with Who's Galaxy. It's gonna be the Pegasus versus the Baywatch. Just a little bit of backsight here on the Baywatch. This is a team that is currently 0-4 in the standings. However, they just did a huge rebrand with Iogician coming back. And if we know anything about Iog, we've seen them in the past take teams that are very low in the standings and take them to a playoff potential. So we're definitely gonna be excited here tonight to watch this team perform, see if they can, reevaluate their options, get their lines together, and shape this team from 0-4 to hopefully a playoff succession. They're going to be going against Baywatch. Baywatch has also had a successful tournament thus far, staying, I think, above the 2-point mark. So they are a playoff deemed performance within this tournament. So we know they have what it takes to win games. And we'll start up here. Yeah, Gummy, if you want to take off for like the first few minutes and stuff, and I'll take it off after. It's up to you, man. All right.
Making sure the sound is okay.
All right, I got you.
There we go. Yeah, my bad for the stream might be a little laggy. For some reason my ping ain't wanna cooperate. Cause I guess server host is bad. So
Yeah, no, you're fine, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, if you want to go commentate, just let me know. Like if you want to chip in or something like
yeah,
that, just
I'll probably
yeah.
chip in a little bit, but not a whole lot.
All right, for sure. Okay, I got you. Starting off in the first period, we're already 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, and it's been a pretty successful period thus far for the Pegasus with getting 2 shots on goal versus Baywatch that have had no offensive pressure thus far. So we can already see the Pegasus with Zexarov, a 2-time champion in the past. We know he has MVPs. We know he has goal scoring titles. We know that he has what it takes to be a champion. So we're looking at this 2-year mark coming back into it, see what he can bring to the team, bring for the Pegasus. And starting off
Oh
strong,
my
an
god.
amazing save from United Inferno, keeping this game 0-0, as Baywatch had a very unsuccessful defensive pressure right there, allowing a cross crease pass, and United Inferno keeping it in the game here.
Yo, that save looked insane on the stream.
Yeah, that was a very much desperation save, and he made it exactly at the time that they needed right there. As we're gonna have a defensive face-off zone, Iogician picking it back up, looking for that tip pass once again to Zex, but it's gonna be slightly off. As the Pegasus will hopefully try to pick it up back here in the defensive zone as Iza clears it down to center ice. And it's going to go past everybody. Baywatch is going to hopefully pick it up, but they're going to mess up. Zex picking it up here as they're fighting at the hash marks. And Zex is slowly making his way to the net, hopefully trying to make that mark of 1-0. United Inferno giving them some defensive pressure, but Baywatch will successfully clear it out here with no problem, no issue. It's going to be a weird bounce into Dex's glove, and we're going to have a stoppage of play with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go.
The one thing about the Baywatch is that their bench is always so thin. They don't got line changes. They always have to rely on play being stopped to get stamina. Otherwise, the Hollow Pegasus will be off to the races. That is how my team was able to come back against these guys because they don't have any players on the bench.
That's very true. I do want to note that a lot of the games that we see here that don't have that extra bench and specifically that extra depth, a lot of those teams will fall short whenever their main people aren't on the ice, and mainly when they're not utilized correctly. So we definitely will see probably a disparity in line changes and in speed, most importantly, between Baywatch and Pegasus here, as the Pegasus have 2 extra players. And mind you, the quality of these players also happen to be a little bit higher than Baywatch, as they have a few, scoring title players. They have Iogician, they have Eve Swan, they have Anganator and Net. So these are very much quality players in other leagues that also have an extra bench set of players. So this could go very wrong in Baywatch's direction if Baywatch doesn't hopefully bring a few extra players to come help them out in the later season. Into the later periods.
Baywatch likes to play this very aggressive style, hopefully driving the puck to the goalkeeper so he can cover it. And that's exactly what they're doing. The Pegasus are Uh, they're falling right into their trap. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I couldn't agree more. Yes.
Mhm.
Setting off into a defensive face-off here. It's going to be a little bit of a scramble as Ayag picks it back up into the end, trying to clear it into the center, but it's going to be denied from Hood Sub. Again, making his way to the crease, hopefully getting a shot off to make this a 1-0 start as Iogician is bringing it up the ice here down to the blue line. He does have a man on the left side. However, I think he's just going to take it all the way, go for a shot just slightly above the bar. But United Furno did seem as he was slightly in position there. However, that was a very dangerous shot from the hash marks as Hood will pick it back up into the offensive zone. Iogician giving him some trouble and stealing it away from here at center ice with a 2v1 chance opportunity here, trying to redeem himself from the earlier shot that he missed. Takes a shot on net, bounced off the defender, and it's not going to be that quality of a shot, but Prod will pick it back up, trying to lay it down. A nice little spin move shot just wide of the net as Iogician hopefully tried to tip it there. And it's between his legs, and it's a little bit of an ugly position, but United Inferno successfully grabs that with his glove and makes it stay a stoppage of play for his team to gain a little bit of stamina, hopefully, so they can continue this onslaught.
I thought he was about to own goal for a second.
I did too. That was a little bit of a weird bounce there. Hopefully, Pegasus didn't take advantage of that and didn't drill him into the net. However, they didn't take advantage of it, and Uniferno got there in time to put a hand on it. As Hood rips it away from the face-off for a breakaway here.
Oh, that's
but Iogician gets a little bit of a stick on that, but however, he still has the puck at the hash marks. Zex has, again, that speed that we were so talking about earlier. Even with the few stoppages of plays that we've seen, we can see that that speed disparity is still giving them some trouble as Iogician and Zex are able to easily get past the defenders necessary to get quality chances for the Pegasus. So we see a very smart play here from Iogician and Zex. They are line changing at a very good rate here. They're taking advantage of the speed disparity, and they're doing a very solid job of trying to make sure that they're taking full advantage of that speed that they have over eBay, even though eBay, we know that they are a solid team themselves. A little bit of a weird bounce here back into eBay's defensive zone. However, it's going to be swatted away here from Hood as he's easily taking up the puck here as he has speed 2, chips it down to an offensive zone, and it's going to be out. 20 seconds left on the clock in the first period. And
I'm convinced they do that on purpose.
I do think that the Baywatch are trying to kind of, shoot it out a little bit, get a little bit more stoppages so they can kind of gain some speed. I do think it's a smart and tactical thing, but I don't know if that's going to be able to produce them many offensive opportunities here, if we're going to be honest.
They don't need a whole lot of offensive opportunities. You just need one.
Yeah, it's very true. And hopefully
defense and goaltending do the rest.
Yeah, let's hope so. However, we know that even top goalies can't really hold out for all games. Look how many of the top goalies really even have a lot of shutouts even nowadays. And Dex has come out here playing a little bit of a weird style, kind of just trying to keep it in for the last few seconds. Is this a possible shot on goal, kind of what's called stat pad? Possibly, but it does deem to be in what's called a successful method, and it's going to be 0-0 starting off.
Yeah, how many shots did they just get from that?
Yeah, he just got like 5 extra shots.
That's crazy.
Kind of I would say that honestly, I would want to argue that is a somewhat of like a stat pad kind of thing, but as much as it sucks to see people getting just extra stats from it, I can't really argue against the fact that is an effective method for keeping the puck inside of one spot at the end of the period there. So I can't really argue against much there, but we do see a huge disparity between offensive opportunities from Pegasus as they are very much taking advantage of that speed that they have from having the extra few people on the bench, which has allowed Zex and Iog to get a few extra shots on net that they probably wouldn't have gotten if they didn't have those extra men. So Iog starting off strong here, going for a one-on-one man, but it's going to be a little bit of a weird bounce. United Inferno, that was just on the line. That is not going in as Iog takes another shot, and it's a nice blocker side top cheese shot from Iog. And, not to talk, too positive here on my good friend here, but we know that Iog is capable of this sort of performance here, so I can't say that I'm too surprised from the Pegasus success in this first period, starting the second period. And a nice little chip shot from about I would say like behind the hash mark shot. This is a very common area for Iogician to score from. We know that he's a little bit more of a sharpshooter, aside from kind of the close range one-on-one battles, but that does seem to go in his favor here. Second period, we have a little bit less than a minute in, and Ayag picks it up once again for another one-on-one opportunity that he goes for a shot, just hits the post of United Inferno, and he is, fighting a little bit desperately here. We saw him make that nice little save in the beginning. However, it's getting really difficult for him to keep up with the onslaught pressure that he's dealing with since, the Baywatch are not really giving him much coverage or much help here, really, as Zex will pick it up behind the net as he's trying to fight for it and bouncing it back and forth behind the net. A little bit of a bounce here as Ayag tries to fight for it at the fast mark, and Zex blocks the shot that would most likely have went in since United Inferno was on his side and takes it away as Baywatch clears it down, finally ending that little onslaught from pressure.
Yeah,
Bounced away from
I think
Etha.
that would have gone in.
I do think that would have gone in now that I saw the shot, and it looks like the United Inferno was a little bit too much on the side, so he was laying down, and Zex accidentally blocked the top corner shot, so that definitely didn't do him any favors. However, Ayog and Zex again having the speed disparity as we talked about earlier, and it looks like he's driving to the net with success. Takes a shot blocked away from Baitwatch, easily hitting that with his toe, as they're going to try to hopefully dump it down here so Baywatch can get a little bit of speed back into their zone, try to create something offensively. And it looks like we're playing a little bit of ping pong here back and forth as they're trying to get that one lucky bounce so they can hopefully get something going for the offense as Ayog fights it into the offensive zone.
They should just like purposely
And
go off sides, or when they get the puck in the defensive zone, just bring it right in front of the goalie so he can cover it. That way they can get some
yeah, I agree.
stamina.
They might have to play a little bit smart here because again, the difference between having a lot of speed is actually probably I would say the most determining factor for I would say all of row hockey in general, since a lot of the time when we talk about entry and we talk about being able to get your stick on the puck, a lot of the time the biggest factor for a lot of this is just your speed. Since your stick is able to go over the puck numerous times, it kind of gives you that entry point that you really need to get your handles right, and also it doesn't really matter how well you play defensively unless you have a really solid system in place. You're not going to be able to defend a person that is just that much quicker than you, especially if you have people like Iog, especially if people like Sod Svardo. It's very difficult to defend players like this. And Iza picks it up in here. They're fighting for it in the defensive onslaught. They're just going to dump it down, make it look easy, not make any pressure, does it in a cool way, and it's going to be dumped back over to the Pegasus zone as Iza dumps it down. A little bit of a weird bounce. However, it's going to be slightly off. And they're fighting back and forth here as Prod is giving him a little bit of trouble, but it's going to be easily bounced off. And it looks like an offsides here as it bounced off of the wrong player. And we have 2 minutes, 30 seconds in with a pretty huge margin if you really take away from the, disparity in the shots. Anganator really only has 2 or 3 shots on goal in reality, since he did stat pad a little bit there in the beginning. So realistically, it's not as close of a game in terms of shots on goal as you would one think, since it's realistically more so looking like 14 to about 3 shots on goal. Ayog picking it back up here from the offensive face-off, skating past the defenders with ease as he's hoping to get another point added to his team, as I would argue that he is the main offensive producer for his team above all else. And he goes for that shot again, a little bit high, and Chinese boards prevail once again, and it's out of the zone.
I don't know why Baywatch are complaining. They're just getting stamina from this.
I agree.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I probably have cancer or something, bro.
Bro, don't die on this while you're commentating, bro.
I'll try not to.
Have that happen. But yeah, no, I do agree. I do think that they would be trying to, take advantage of every single shot. Oh, what a save from United Inferno, keeping it 1-0.
Why would he play it?
And it's dumped again. Yeah, I'm not quite too sure as to why he's playing a lot of these. I would be taking every single advantage of trying to stop the puck so that his team can gain some extra stamina. As you said earlier, I would probably be attempting to try to keep every single play outside of the net or outside of play for as long as possible, and just so they can produce something offensively, because it is 1-0. They do need to get some pucks in the back of the net, since you would think that second period in, that was this time will go by pretty quickly if they don't produce something, and before you know it, it will be the end of the game, and they will be losing 1-0 if they don't do something here offensively.
Here we go.
I'll back up, easy shot, and it's
Did
going to
he
be tipped, I
just
think,
tip his
by
own
himself.
shot?
Yes, I do believe that he just tried to tip his own shot, and it didn't really go the way that he wanted. As Eng is trying to play it again here, maybe going for another stat pad angle, but it's going to be swapped away from here, and Ayug has the speed, and he chips it up down the ice, but I think Zex is AFK in the face-off zone. So we might. I mean, the only way for him to really get off the ice is going to be by either a stoppage of play or him leaving the game. Nice little easy save there from Inferno as they're picking it up back into the defensive zone. They can't really go into their defensive zone since Zex is kind of, cock blocking them there, if you will. And Baywatch has a chance here, goes for a shot, just wide of the net. Aang didn't even really need to come out there and just easily tips that away. As Baywatch is in the offensive zone, they go for a shot again, just wide of the net, not even close. So this is becoming a very desperate angle that they're trying to go for here, not having a lot of quality angles and chance. As the Pegasus will pick it back up, Zex looks like to be back with us, and he's fighting it up for it all by himself. But Seth is on his ass as United Inferno pushes it away to his defender. And they're playing a little bit dangerous game here, and it's going to be a weird bounce. United Inferno almost letting another goal, as it's a little bit of a debate behind the net of who wants it. Zex gets it in front, a nice save here from United Inferno again, and it's going to be finally chipped away here at center ice as Hoodrich is going to look to pick it up, but if we can see, he does not have a lot of speed, and most likely not a lot of stamina either, and gets a huge hit on him. It might have to hit the weight room there, and Prod picking it back up into the offensive zone, a little bit of a 2v1 chance, also having a little bit of a speed disadvantage, shoots for the puck and misses wide as he tries to get a stick handle on it. And Baywatch, with 4 seconds left, just kind of clear it down, trying to end that offensive onslaught, and it's going to be the second period to end here.
Bro, Alex gonna take a look at this stream, and he's never gonna let me stream a game again because I'm just so laggy for some reason.
Is it really that laggy?
Yeah.
I would stream. I just don't know how to set it up.
Remember in like BMHL how like my screen used to freeze like every 5-10 seconds for just like
Oh my god, are
non-stop.
you having the same thing? Is it like FPS droppages for you?
No, it's ping spikes. My ping is
Oh, it's
spiking.
ping spikes?
Yeah,
For
like
me, I'm having like really big like FPS like drops out of nowhere, and I don't know what's wrong with it. It's like really weird. I don't know if you're having the same
yeah,
thing
for
or
some
not,
reason like my ping is like fine 1 second and the next second it'll be like 1,000 and everybody freezes.
yeah,
And
that's
it
really
does
weird.
it during the season 10 playoff run. I had that happen to me during like the entire cup finals and I couldn't even play. I was pissed.
Do you have Ethernet?
Yeah, but it's not like directly hooked up to my router. It's hooked up to like one of those like Google Wi-Fi pucks. But
Oh, you're probably gonna have to get Ethernet, man. That's probably
I
the only
know
way to really
I'm
run
gonna
that.
eventually run a wire.
Yeah, I would say get like a big. I have like a 60-foot one that I run through my house.
Well, the
You
thing
might have
is
to
that
use one to
mine's
begin
all the way
with.
in the basement, so we're gonna have to like
Oof.
drill holes and stuff. I
Yeah,
wanna
no, we
get
drilled a hole.
I
We
wanna
did.
get one of those like bigger gaming routers. Like they're only like
The
200,
Nighthawks.
300 bucks. Yeah, like they're not even
Yeah,
that expensive.
they're not too shabby. If you have a job, it's just actually not too bad. I had like the Nighthawk 3000 or something like that. It costs like only 350. So realistically, and obviously it helps like a lot. So I mean, yeah, do what you need to do. But Ethernet is a big help. Like it helped me a lot in
Yeah.
terms of
And
finding some
yes, I
close
have
stuff.
a job. I work full time. I actually got promoted today. Promotion.
W's,
Yeah, get a
big W's, man.
raise.
Wait, what do you do again? I
Work
completely
at
forgot.
a work. I work at a little bagel shop.
Oh my god. All right, okay. Back to the game. Hold on. I'm out here yapping. Zex has a shot here in front at the face-off, and he's fighting for it again. A little bit of a weird bounce, but he's going to circle back here with speed, gain some momentum, and I think he's going to clear it down to Ayog, but it's going to be unsuccessful as King is going to pick it up here. Ayog giving him some trouble. It's going to hit it off of him, and Hoodrich is trying to pick it back up just fresh off the bench, goes for a shot, and Eastwan blocks it away with ease. And that looks to be another weird bounce as Ayog is going to fight for it again. I believe he's going to clear it up down here to Prod, and Prod easily receiving it there at the blue line. And it looks like Durag doesn't have a lot of speed to keep up with him. So Durag will go for a
Why
shot
would you shoot
wide of the
that?
net. Yeah, very unfortunate angle, and doesn't really get a good quality shot there as Hoodrich is going to pick it back up here in the defensive zone. And he's fighting for it once again. And gets it away from Prod easily, actually. And he's at center ice here looking for a dump, I believe. and he's mishandling the puck here. Looks like we're not practicing when we need to be. And Hood is having some technical issues, it looks like, as Prod just kind of easily takes it away from him and tries to dump it down. But King is going to give him a little bit of a little bit of a helping hand. And Isa is going to pick up here in the defensive zone, dumps it down, and Baywatch hopefully trying to drag it up. Prod giving him some issues here as he's swatting away at the net, sorry, at the stick, and successfully gets it on his hand. King takes it away from him with ease and now left him in the dust as he has the blue line shot here. Zex takes it away from him as well and gets past everybody, but mishandles the puck again. And Prod has his hand on it, goes for a shot. Once again, a very weird angle to go for there. I don't necessarily agree with that. And Zex goes for a shot, and Kier easily tries to clear it down into Zex's face. There must be some animosity between both of these players. That must have hurt. And Durag. Oh, sorry. I thought those were two opposite players. And East One picks it back up as they dump it down the ice. And I will have to touch up here on base. There is about only 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, and Pegasus is having a very strong period here. I would say they're getting a lot of opportunities here. And I would say Baywatch really needs to pick up their pace in terms of offense, since it doesn't really look like they're producing much at all, I would argue. Maybe like one or two real shots on net. However, other than that, they've had really nothing going for them. I would say mainly due to that, disparity between having players on the ice that have speed. And I kind of just proved this right here as he just takes it away from Baywatch with ease and has a shot in front of the net. It's just going to be blocked away here from King, luckily. And Ajax still picks it back up since he has the speed and he's at the hash marks, but they're giving him some trouble. They're trying to put three people on him. They know what Ayug is capable of, and they clear it out the ice. That was a very much obvious angle of trying to, dump it out, and they successfully do it. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. It is not looking too bright for Baywatch. However, I do think that they do have the manpower and the skill to maybe just put one on net, but they're going to need to make it happen quickly. Oh, and a timeout here set out, I'm going to assume by Baywatch. Yep. So they can get that extra speed, and I guess they're going to, go for that last shot and hopefully tie it up here as they will head into OT. And, if we're going to look at the standings here quickly, I just want to kind of touch up on that while we're waiting here awkwardly. This has been quite an interesting tournament. I've really been enjoying looking at the teams and stuff. It's been a very, I would say, not a one-sided tournament. There's been a lot of fighting between teams and a lot of great plays and a lot of very spread out talent, as we really haven't seen in much of row hockey recently. Sadly, we've only really been seeing two teams that are just super stacked and with superstars. Here we have, a lot of spread out talent that I'm really surprised to see, since that's not a very common occurrence when it comes to these sort of things. So it's fun to see a very, competitive spirit that we have in the air for a pretty big cash prize.
I've kind of noticed that recently, especially in like LNH and especially in this league. Like a lot of players aren't on like the same teams with their buddies like they usually are. They're kind of just
That's very
spread out
true.
and just playing wherever.
I do, and I think I do. I do like that angle more so because then it kind of makes the process of the season, the playoffs, a lot more enjoyable to watch, since you kind of have this. It kind of feels like the NBA where like you actually have teams that are all very solid and very good. So you have a lot of players that you can actually enjoy watching that are not on the same team. So it's quite fun and honestly to see who can probably take the cake for a lot of this. We have, I think in this tournament alone, the Penguins are playing good. The Cyclones, the Passione are a really strong team. Even Baywatch are a pretty strong team. Now the Pegasus are looking like pretty good. Avalanche even have some, kinds of some offensive pressure. So we don't have this disparity that we had between teams that we've seen in the past years, where you just have two really good teams and they're just kind of slamming against each other. Hopefully, and even most of the time there, I would say that like last year, Armada kind of easily took the cake against a lot of teams, and there really wasn't much struggle between anybody. So it's good to see kind of a change of pace. 40 seconds left, and Pegasus are not really giving up much to Baywatch to give them. They're not giving them much. And Iog dumps it down. That's going to be slightly off the net. And Dylan is picking it up as Baywatch has 30 seconds left. They're going to try to make something happen here, hopefully. As Iog gets slammed, and like we're going to have to pick up the fork and, get in the weight room and learn how to skate again after that. That was a very large hit as Zex picks it up, misses a wide open net as Iog picks it back up. And Iog fighting for it with 7 seconds left. It doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of luck for the Baywatch. And we're probably going to close out the game here with seconds left. Weird bounce, nice little glove shot. And that will be the game.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, my God.
Thank you guys. It's going to be 1-0. Have a good one.
Yo, I knew that was coming. That still killed my ears.
What happened? I didn't even have anything in there.
Somebody came in and started shooting up the entire rink, bro.
What?
Yeah, a bomb went off. They got like this little, they got these fireworks that go off, and he's got them on like max volume.
Oh, thankfully I mute